Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining in this morning. Let's double check the audio. Please let us know if you can hear us loud and clear. We will be using the questions panel on the right side of your screen. You can use this panel to send me all your questions throughout the webinar. Please let us know if you can hear me. Good morning, Ron. Thank you. Thank you, Ron. Let's wait a couple of minutes for everyone to join in. We will be starting the webinar in about 5 minutes. Thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, Empowering Your Business with Commercial Service KEENON Robots. Quick reminder, this webinar will be recorded and sent to your email after the webinar. I would like to welcome Ms. Julia Dong from Keenon, who will be your presenter for today's webinar. Please send us all your questions during the webinar. We will be using the panel on the right side of your screen. And also, we will have a Q&A panel at the end of the webinar. For those of you just joining us, welcome. Julia, we're ready to start.
Thank you, Celeste. How are you? Good morning. This is Julia from KEENON Robotics. So today I'm very glad to be here to have a small presentation for our commercial service robots of KEENON. So let's get started. In this presentation, I'm gonna talk about 4 parts. The first one is the definition and the classification of the robot. The second one will be our KEENON's portfolio. The third one will be the different types of robots, label and laser. The last one will be the delivery solutions that we can offer for all our customers. And so I collected some pictures here. And so I think when we are talking about robots, maybe the first impressions that we have in our mind will be these hero robots, right? Like War-E or some other kind of robots that help us to save the world, etc. So maybe it's the first impressions that we have when we talk about robots. But all these robots, maybe they also are they only appear in films. So what kind of robots we do have in our reality? So let's take a look at it. In the robots in industry, we have 3 kind of robots. The first one is industry robot, including packing robot, logistics robot, welding robot, etc. We can use them to transfer something in the warehouse, etc. And the second category will be the service robot. We have commercial service robot, which it's the focus of our robots, KEENON robots. We are commercial service robots, and also we have a home service robots. Those kind of robots like this one. These robots can help you to clean the house, clean your home. And we also have security robots in this category, etc. And the last one, we have special robots. We might not see these robots very often, but they do exist. And we have robot for military applications, we have surgical robots, and we also have robot firefighters. Basically, these are 3 big categories of robots that we have in our daily life. And so let's take a look at our KEENON's portfolio. Oh, as I said, we as KEENON Robotics, we are here, service robots, and we are commercial service robots. So our robots can provide a service, some service to our customers. So what kind of robots do we have? Let's take a look. And basically, now for overseas market, we have these 7 products. Let's first take a look at a video.
KEENON.
So here in this video, actually we can see some robots. No, they are like they can be everywhere in our daily life. So for here, I would like to introduce more about our product lines. So basically, we have 4 product lines. The first one is T cereal. We call it Dynaboard. So here we have 5 products: T5, T6, T8, T9 Pro, T3. The last 2 ones are our newest products. We just launched them in the July. And all these 5 robots, they have different layers. So these layers can be used to do some delivery things. So the diner board, basically, they are used in restaurants. But we can not only use them in restaurants, in everywhere that you will need to deliver something from one point to another point, we can use our robots diner board. And as you can see, maybe here you can see that there are different sizes, there are different like models, but actually the T3 is the biggest one, then T9 Pro, T5, and T6. The T8 is the smallest one. It's very cute. So we have different sizes of robots to adjust to different environments. So as you can see here, there are different colors available. The second category, the second product line that we have, and we call it butler board. This product is called W3. So we designed this product to do room service in hotel to help the hotel to take something maybe the guest requested from the lobby to the rooms. And the very important thing of this robot is the W3 can be integrated with elevators. So for this moment, we already have API solution with the elevator company Korn and Otis. And we do have our own solution for the integration. And we are using like several modules to do the integration. Our own solution is very similar for the integration of the control access with the elevator. And as you can see here, this robot, there are 4 compartments here, and there are 4 doors. And why we designed in this way? Because we would like to protect the privacy for all our customers. Maybe the guest would like to ask for something very personal, so he don't want the other person to see the stuff. So we designed the doors to protect the privacy for customers. And now in this moment, the silver and gold colors are available. The third product line that we have is the disinfection robot. Actually, this robot is sold out in more during the pandemic. So we are now in a post-pandemic period. This robot is not selling so well, but I think we can also use it to do some normal disinfection. And the last one that we have, it's called guide board. It's a G2. So this one can be used to do reception and guidance. Maybe you can put it in the entrance of a restaurant. So when the guests arrived, the robot can say something like welcome, hello, how are you, something like that to make a reception. And as you can see here, this robot also has a double side screen, which is 14 inches. So you can display any advertisement on it, or some pictures or some videos on it to do some kind of promotion. So basically, we have these 4 product lines, And the most popular product line that the market is asking for is the diner board, because we have more products and the like function of a delivery is more requested now from the market. Here, I'm gonna talk about 3 core technologies that we have in the robot. And so the first one is called SLAM, is simultaneous localization and mapping. So that means the robot can scan the location and at the same time create a map in the system. So with that technology, the robot can know where it is and which direction he should go to realize the tasks. This is the first one, SLAM technology. And the second one is the smart and safe obstacle avoidance. So that means, we imagine that we are in a restaurant and there are many like employees or some customers, they are moving around. So when the robot is working there, it's very probably that he will encounter with some obstacle. So when the robot meets with an obstacle, the first thing the robot do will stop. The robot will stop until he find another way to pass through. So our robot, because they have different sizes, so they need different space, a different size of space to pass through. For example, T5 it will need like 75 centimeters. T8 only needs a 55 centimeters to pass through. So in this case, when the robot encounters with an obstacle, if there's enough space, so he will find out another way to pass through. But if there's no enough space, so the robot will stop there in the point, and here the obstacle is moved away, so he can pass through it. This is the smart and safe obstacle avoidance technology that our robots have. So the third one will be the cooperative scheduling system. That means our robot, not only one robot can work. There are like a maximum 10 robots can work at the same time. So they are in communication with the cooperative scheduling system. For example, we have successful cases in California, in one casino. It's called the Bicycle Casino. So they purchased us 5 units for their casino, because the casino normally is huge, is very, very big. So only one robot cannot cover all the environment. So they purchased 5 robots for their operation. And we have another successful case in Virginia. It's like a cinema. So they also purchased 4 robots for their operation to take food from the kitchen to different rooms of the cinema. This is the cooperative scheduling system that we have. They can be used in like environments, in like huge environments like casino, hotels, or cinemas, etc. And the third part will be talking about different kinds of robots that we have. The first one is label, another one is laser. So you may ask what kind of difference they have. Let me talk about it. The label robot in the deployment, as you can see labels, so we need to use labels in the installation, and the labels will be like this. This is a picture, and we should put labels in the ceiling every 1.5 or 2 meters to cover all the environment that the robot is gonna to realize the task. So the robot label, he has a camera here. So with this camera, he can scan all the labels in the ceiling. So in that way, the robot can know where it is and where he should go to realize the different tasks. This is a label one. For the laser one, we don't need to use any labels, and we just need his LiDAR. It's in the bottom of the robot. He uses the LiDAR to scan all the environment. He will take the chairs or the tables into as like a reference, so he can know where it is and he can know where he should go. So basically, that's the difference between label and laser. Another point is laser. It's like more advanced technology in comparison with label. So the laser one will be a little more expensive than the label one. The laser one is more expensive than label one. Yeah. And before we deploy a robot for our customers, so what kind of like inspection we should do for the environment? And course, I said for the label ones, we need to put labels in the ceiling. So we do have some requirement for the ceiling. The ceiling's height needs to be within 2 to 8 meters. So in the ceiling, it can't be many decorations in things because that will affect us to put labels on the ceiling, and we should and the ceiling should be a indoor environment, and there's no strong light, and the ceiling should be even, etc., etc. This is a requirement that we have for the ceiling. And we also have a requirement for the aisle. Because I said our robot needs some space to pass through 70, 75, 55, 48 after pulling out the chair in the case of a restaurant. So when the robot is working in a restaurant, the aisle needs to have enough space for the robot to pass through. And in the aisle, we need the aisle we need the aisle to be to have like no direct sunlight either. This is a requirement for the aisle. And for the ground, we need the ground to be like flat as flat as possible. And because the robot he has like wheels, he cannot go through elevators except W3, and he can take like stairs. And if in the ground there's a slope, the slope must be less than 5 degrees. And in some hotels, they may have carpets in their hotel, so the carpet thickness should be less than 1 centimeters to avoid any risk, etc. So and basically we have these like 3 parameters to do the inspection of the environment. Always remember, check the ceiling, aisle, and ground. And here I put some examples of the environment. So if you want, you guys can have a look at it and to talk about it if you think it's suitable for the deployment of a robot. I will give a couple minutes. Celeste, there are someone who's answering the question.
We have no answers yet, Julia.
Okay, don't worry. Yeah, so if you want, I can explain a little bit. I can give the answer here. Yeah, for the first picture, actually, you can see, always remember, we first check the ceiling, air, and the ground. So we see there's no decorations in the ceiling, so it's good. And there's no strong light here either. And in the aisle, I think we do have enough space to let a robot to pass through. And regarding the ground, it's very flat. So not only the label, but also the laser one can be used here. And in the second picture, both robots can work here as well. Because maybe you see here there are some boards here, but we do have some support boards to be like we can put some support boards here in these boards, and the labels can be put in the support boards. So this picture, this environment can be used with a label robots and also laser ones. There's no problem. And for these two pictures, they are like another kind of example, because we can see here there are so many decorations in the ceiling, and there's strong light here. And as you can see, the ground here is not so flat, so neither the label one nor the laser one can be used here. And we can see this picture, there's a very big slope here, so that will be difficult for the robot to pass through. And the ground here is not so flat either. And so in this kind of environment, labor and laser one, they can be used here. And for the last picture, only the laser one can work here. And why? Because we can see in the ceiling there are so many small decorations, small lights here. So that may difficult us to do to put the labels on the ceiling. So in this case, we will prefer to use the laser robots here. And as I said, the robot, except the W3, can be integrated with elevators. Other robots cannot take elevators nor escalators. Okay, so here, last but not least, I'm going to talk about the delivery solution that we have for all our customers. So you can see here, we imagine that we are in a restaurant, maybe in a taco food restaurant or a burrito food restaurant, and we have different tables, and we have a robot in our restaurant. So first thing that we do is to put the robot in the origin point. That's the place where the plates can be collected by the employees, by the servers. We have 2 points for the robot. One is origin point, where the servers can place different kinds of plates to different trails, and another point is called charging pile point. That's one. That means the robot needs to go to the charging pile station to charge itself. So there are 2 points always for the robot. And now we imagine that we already put the robot on the origin point, so the servers can place every plates in the different trails. So once we got ready the plates, the servers can just give click on the screen, so the robot can understand which table he should go to realize the task. So in this case, we deliver the food from the origin point to the table 1. So in this case, the customer by themselves or the server can help to take the food from the robot to the tables. And there are 2 ways to finish the task with the robot, and the robot will go away. The first one is to click on the screen when you finish to take all the plates from robot to the table. You just when you finish, you just click on the screen, confirm, and then the robot will leave. And the other one is to pre-establish a time, the waiting time. For example, we normally establish 1 minute for the customer or for the server to take the food. So when the time is over, when it's 1 minute, the robot will leave automatically. And when he delivers the food for the table 1, then he will continue to realize his second task, maybe to deliver some other food for table 6. And when he realizes all the tasks, maybe deliver food for 1 or 2, 3 tables, then he will go back to the origin point to wait for more tasks. So actually, this is the whole process for the robot to be used in a restaurant. This is only an example for the restaurant scenario. We can also use the robot for different scenarios, like offices, like supermarket, like hotels. So it depends on the requirement of the customer. So we can apply the robot for them to do different kinds of tasks. And let's take a look at another video that we have installed in Hilton Hotel in Washington.
Hi, my name is Jason Butler. I'm the Director of Food and Beverage at the Dallas Hilton. Probably one of the most difficult parts about managing the restaurant is the distance it is from the main kitchen here to the restaurant. And so when it's extremely busy, that's probably the hardest part, is just getting the food back and forth.
Now we have the robot to help us to deliver the food, and it's a big help because especially when it's busy, we don't have much time to go back and forth to the kitchen. And I'm so glad we have a robot. It's our helper.
I think the biggest thing that the KEENON robot has really helped us with is it allows the other staff to focus on other things and running food back from the kitchen to the restaurant, and vice versa from the restaurant back to the kitchen. This frees up at least 2 people at a time.
It's a very good idea to have a robot because it's very helpful for us, especially when it's a busy time.
Since we've added the KEENON Diner Bot, it's really helped with the professionalism of our staff, being able to focus more on customer service. It's also freed up the staff to focus on other things during busy times, as opposed to running food just to the table. I've also heard that KEENON's coming out with a new robot that will help with room deliveries. This would be a great help to all hotels, I would believe, moving forward in the future.
Yeah, so this is a successful case that we have done in the hotel, Hilton Hotel. So actually, they are very pleased with our robots. They think, as he said in the video, he thinks the robot can help them a lot to take some repetitive things. And so, so in this slide, I also resumed some key selling points. There are basically there are 4 key selling points. The first one is the attraction. So in this stage, we do know that the robot is very new. It's a very new thing for everyone. So if you have a robot in your restaurant, it definitely will attract more customers. So the customers can have a special experience, so they can leave positive feedback of your restaurant. So that probably may bring more customers to your restaurant. This is the first thing. And the second key selling point that I think it's a robot can work 24/7. So he only needs the battery to be working all the time. And normally the robot can be needs to be charged like 5 hours, and it can continue to work from 9 to 12 hours. In the case of T5, it can be working for more time. And anyway, he can be continue to work for a very long time. It can cover all the like a agenda of a restaurant. You can establish like working time for the robot from 10 a.m. in the morning to 10 p.m. at night. So when it's time, when it's 10 o'clock in the night, the robot can stop working and then return to his like charging pile station to charge itself. So he will charge it 100%, and in the next day he will start to work again. So and the robot, it's a robot, so it's easier to manage for the owner of the restaurant. And the third thing that I think it's very important, it's the servicing. Like the manager in Hilton said, instead of the servers to do to deliver the food back and forth from the kitchen to the dining room, so the robot can do this kind of repetitive things. So meanwhile, the servers can provide better service for the customers. They may take more orders for the customers. They can talk with the customer to ask them if everything's good. So I think in this case, a robot can help them a lot and to provide a better service for the customers. And the last thing, the last but not the least, it's the ROI. And I think actually when the owner of the restaurant or of the hotel, they are purchasing one robot, the most important thing that they will think is the ROI, return on investment. So we made a analysis. So actually, you can recover the investment in less than 1 year. And because in United States, the labor cost is pretty high. So I think maybe normally you will need 3 or 4 servers in the restaurant, and with the robot, maybe you can only hire 2 or 3 servers. So in this case, you can have a labor reduce. Yeah. And this basically are the 4 key selling points that we have for the robot. And if you have more questions, you can let us know. And the final topic that I'd like to tell you guys is the KEENON Cloud that we have. This is a platform that we have for all the statistics data for the robot. So if you are you are a customer of Epcom already has his own account for this KEENON Cloud. So Epcom can help you to create like sub account in the KEENON Cloud. So when you purchase a robot, you can just assign the robots that you purchase to your account, so you can see all the robot work statistics through this KEENON Cloud. You can see how many hours it has worked during the day, and which day of the week maybe it worked more, and to do analysis of all the statistics, and to improve better your operation in in the restaurants. So that's basically why we are offering this KEENON Cloud to all our customers to help them to improve their operation, their daily operation. And so, basically that's all I want to share with you guys today. I don't know if you have some maybe specific questions for me, and I'm here to help you guys. Celeste, if you want, you can tell me if the customers have more questions about or this introduction, and I'll be to help you guys.
Yes, Julia, we have a question here. It says, does the robot needs to be connected to Wi-Fi during the delivery?
Nope. We only need Wi-Fi in the deployment. We do need Wi-Fi, the internet, to do the deployment. But once we got ready, the robot doesn't need Wi-Fi to work. Yeah, he can be working offline because we already create a map in the system, and he already has the data to be working.
Thank you, Julia. I invite you to please send more questions or doubts that you may have about the KEENON robots using the panel on the right side of your screen. I will give a couple more minutes. Julia, we have another question from Mr. Ron. It says, how long does it work on one charge battery?
You mean once we charge the robot 100% of battery, how long can be worked, right? As I said, the robot needs 5 hours, 4 or 5 hours to charge to 100%, and depends on the robot. The T5, for example, can continue to work from 12 to 15 hours, and the T8, because it's smaller, so it can be used from 9 to 12 hours. It's enough for a restaurant or for the hotel to do the daily operation. Yeah, no worries about that.
Thank you, Julia. I will give a couple of more minutes. If you have any more questions, please let us know. It appears that we don't have any more new questions. Thank you, Julia, for sharing all this valuable information about KEENON. I don't know, you would like to add any more key points, any more information about this webinar?
Actually, I think I already shared all that I would like to share today. So if the customers have more detailed questions, maybe later you can ask me again, or maybe send an email to me, and I'll be happy to help out to help you guys to all these questions.
Thank you, Julia, for your time and for this great webinar. And thank you, everybody, for your time this morning. Let us know about your next project. We have our support team at EPCOM ready to help you as well. As we mentioned before, this webinar will be sent to your email. Please keep checking our website and social media for more information on our weekly webinars. Thanks again for your time this morning and have a great day. Thank you, Julia.
Thank you, Celeste. Thank you. Bye. Have a good day.